This page documents the tornadoes and tornado outbreaks of 2014. Strong and destructive tornadoes form most frequently in the United States, Bangladesh, and eastern India, but they can occur almost anywhere under the right conditions. Tornadoes also appear regularly in neighboring southern Canada during the Northern Hemisphere's summer season, and somewhat regularly in Europe, Asia, and Australia. There have been 827 tornadoes reported in the United States in 2014, of which at least 396 have been confirmed. At least 47 fatalities have been confirmed in 2014, 45 in the United States and 2 in Australia. Synopsis. Early 2014 featured several strong cold waves that settled across the United States and kept severe weather suppressed. However, severe weather did develop on January 11 after temperatures moderated, and 4 EFO tornadoes were confirmed, 3 in Virginia and 1 in Georgia. The rest of the month, along with the first half of February, were very quiet in terms of severe weather. Another intrusion of warm air allowed instability to develop in mid-February, and 41 tornadoes touched down across the lower Midwest and the southeast U.S. on February 21 and 22. 4 of these were strong enough to be rated EF2 on the enhanced Fujita scale. The rest of February and most of March was quiet, with only weak tornadoes touching down in Arizona, Florida, and California. However, activity picked up on March 27, with several tornadoes touching down across Missouri and Iowa in association with a cold front. The general trend of low activity continued through most of April, with only a few small outbreaks occurring. This trend ended with a major outbreak that started on April 27, producing multiple strong tornadoes across the Great Plains and the South, and killing 35 people. Events. United States yearly total, unofficial totals through July 26. Note: 4 tornadoes have been confirmed but not yet rated, 1 on April 20 and 3 on May 11. January. There were 4 tornadoes reported in the United States in January, of which all 4 were confirmed. January 11, a line of severe thunderstorms swept across the southern United States, with 4 EFO tornadoes touching down in association with these thunderstorms. The first of these touched down in rural Cherokee County, Georgia, downing trees and damaging a fence. The other 3 tornadoes occurred over southeastern Virginia, downing trees and causing minimal damage to houses. However, 1 tornado in the Fox Hill area caused roof damage to a church and numerous houses, ripped the roof off of a school maintenance compound, and destroyed the Fox Hill Athletic Association building. January 25. A small tornado outbreak produced 7 tornadoes across England, France and Belgium, 6 of which were F1 and 1 an F2. The strongest tornado was an F2 that has traveled 12.8 kilometers on the border between France and Belgium, damaging the town of Halle, and 3 people were injured by the storm. February. There were 45 tornadoes reported in the United States in February, however, 47 have been confirmed. February 20, Euro 21. A large shortwave trough progressed across the northern plains on February 20, with an associated surface low-pressure area contributing to a blizzard across Michigan and Wisconsin. Within the warm sector of the cyclone, modest instability and moisture, as well as sufficient forcing along a cold front, initiated the development of a squall line across the Ohio River Valley and Mississippi River Valley by the afternoon. Strong wind shear led to widespread damaging wind reports in addition to over 24 tornadoes across the Midwestern and southern United States, 4 of which were rated EF2 on the enhanced Fujita scale. The EF2s affected rural areas in Illinois near the towns of Martinsburg and Parner, damaging several farms. The squall line continued to push eastward into the mid-Atlantic states on February 21, leading to numerous damaging wind reports and several tornadoes from Georgia to Maryland. A brief but strong EF2 clipped the northeast side of Fort Payne, Alabama, causing significant damage to a factory, an apartment complex, and some homes. Another EF2 struck Dublin, Georgia and destroyed 1 home, damaged 59 others, and downed numerous trees. Overall, This moderate outbreak produced 46 tornadoes and no fatalities. March. There were 25 tornadoes reported in the United States in March, of which 18 have been confirmed. March 25, Euro 29, a low-pressure system tracked across the United States, producing tornadoes across California, Missouri, and across southern portions of the eastern seaboard. In Northern California, several brief tornadoes touched down, uprooting trees and causing minor damage. In northern Missouri, a supercell thunderstorm produced a strong EF2 tornado, which caused heavy roof and wall damage to a farmstead near Jameson, Missouri. Another EF2 occurred in Grundy County which heavily damaged several residences near Tyndall. The storm system continued east over the next few days, producing several weak and short-lived tornadoes in Florida and North Carolina. April. There have been 250 tornadoes reported in the United States in April, of which at least 113 have been confirmed. April 6, Euro 7, severe thunderstorms moved across portions of the southern United States, producing at least 8 confirmed tornadoes. An EF2 tornado destroyed mobile homes and damaged other structures in and around Hot Coffee, Mississippi. Another EF2 tornado caused significant damage in the area of Pantego, North Carolina, where homes were damaged and destroyed. 2 people were injured when the truck they were in was thrown 50 yards. April 25. In advance of a compact shortwave trough and associated cold front, numerous severe thunderstorms developed across central and eastern North Carolina into southern Virginia. An EF3 tornado tracked through the Werchard's Beach area, damaging or destroying 100 homes and injuring 16 people. This event marks the latest time of formation of the first EF3+ tornado in any year on record. An EF2 in Denton resulted in a fatality, the first of the year. April 27, Euro 30. Numerous tornadoes ripped across parts of Mississippi, Alabama, Iowa, Nebraska, Missouri, Kansas, Oklahoma, Arkansas and Florida. A large, violent tornado struck Mayflower and Vilonia, Arkansas, on April 27, causing severe damage and killing 16 people. The tornado was rated a high-end EF4, the first violent tornado of the year. Another death was confirmed earlier that evening with an EF2 tornado that moved through Corpore, Oklahoma, and Baxter Springs, Kansas. 10 people were killed on the 28th when an EF4 tornado struck Louisville, Mississippi. EF3s caused major damage and fatalities in Coxey, Alabama and Tupelo, Mississippi as well. Overall, this outbreak produced 80 tornadoes and killed 35 people. May. There have been 125 tornadoes reported in the United States in May, of which at least 79 have been confirmed. May 10, Euro 12. A moderate outbreak of at least 31 tornadoes impacted the central United States in early May 2014. On May 10, numerous supercell thunderstorms developed across Missouri in advance of an intensifying upper-level low over the Great Basin. One supercell spawned an EF2 tornado that moved through downtown Oric, causing significant damage but no fatalities. 80% of the structures in Oric were damaged, and the school lost much of its roof. On May 11, the upper-level low continued eastward into the plains, providing ample wind shear for tornadoes. In preparation for the event, the Storm Prediction Center issued a moderate risk for severe weather. Numerous thunderstorms developed across the Midwest particularly Kansas, Nebraska, and Iowa spawning many tornadoes. A large multiple vortex EF3 tornado passed near the town of Sutton, Nebraska, causing considerable damage to farm properties and flattening an unanchored farmhouse. Powerful rear flank downdraft winds spawned by the parent supercell severely damaged downtown Sutton. Another very large rain-wrapped EF3 wedge tornado passed near the town of Cordova, Nebraska, destroying multiple homes nearby and growing to well over a mile wide at times. The Cordova tornado eventually struck the town of Beaver Crossing, damaging virtually every structure in town before dissipating. Numerous other less significant tornadoes touched down in Nebraska that even as well. Later that night, An EF2 tornado largely destroyed a lakeside condominium building near Yale, Iowa. A final EF1 tornado caused minor damage on May 12 near Eaton Township, Ohio before the outbreak came to an end. May 14 Euro 16, severe thunderstorms moved across portions of the eastern United States with multiple reports of tornadoes. 2 significant tornadoes touched down on May 14. The first, rated EF2, damaged several homes and destroyed 2 barns northeast of Hopkinsville, Kentucky. An EF3 tornado caused substantial damage near Citarville, Ohio, destroying several barns and a farmhouse. May 22, an EF3 tornado moved across portions of Schenectady and Albany counties in New York. The worst damage occurred in Duanesburg, where one house was almost completely destroyed. This marks the strongest tornado in the state of New York since May 31, 1998. Another tornado, rated EF1, touched down near Maridal, Delaware. June. There were 326 tornadoes reported in the United States in June, of which at least 115 were confirmed. June 3 Euro 4. On June 3, the Storm Prediction Center issued a high-risk outlook for parts of the Great Plains, mainly due to a significant risk of damaging winds and large hail. A few tornadoes occurred as well, including an EF3 that leveled a poorly constructed home near Bern, KS. An EF2 caused damage to farm structures near Oakland, Iowa as well. On the 4th, the system produced 7 additional weak tornadoes across the Midwest, resulting in minor damage. June 16 Euro 18. A tornado outbreak occurred with destructive tornadoes touching down across parts of Nebraska and Iowa. The town of Pilger, Nebraska was catastrophically damaged by an EF4 tornado, with 2 deaths and 16 critical injuries. The Pilger tornado was one of 4 EF4 tornadoes produced by the same parent supercell. The towns of Platteville, Wisconsin, Verona, Wisconsin, Coleridge, Nebraska, Angus, Ontario, and Wessington Springs, South Dakota all sustained major impacts from strong tornadoes as well due to this outbreak. June 30 Euro July 1. Early in the afternoon of June 30 a complex of thunderstorms developed over Iowa and evolved into a derecho that swept east-northeast to Lake Michigan. Later that evening a second derecho developed over eastern and central Iowa and moved eastward, moving through Indiana and into western Ohio in the early morning hours of July 1. These 2 events produced straight-line wind damage and multiple tornadoes from Iowa to portions of Michigan and Ohio. Most of the tornadoes were rated EF1, however, one tornado was determined to have caused low-end EF2 damage to a home in Trauma, Iowa. July. There have been 56 tornadoes reported in the United States in July, of which at least 45 have been confirmed. July 8. Severe thunderstorms produced damaging winds and several tornadoes across portions of the northeastern United States. An EF2 tornado struck the town of Smithfield, New York, destroying several homes and killing 4 people. A 3-story house in Smithfield was knocked off of its foundation and tumbled 150 yards down a hillside. Another EF2 tornado caused significant damage in and near New Albany, Pennsylvania. July 15, 2 people were killed when a tornado struck the western suburbs of Perth, Western Australia. The men, who suffered from pre-existing medical conditions, were killed in the suburb of Beaconsfield when the storm cut power to homes, and subsequently their electronic medical equipment. The tornado was confirmed by the Bureau of Meteorology. July 24, an EF1 tornado started as a waterspout on Chesapeake Bay and struck a campground in Cherrystone, Virginia, damaging and destroying campers and cabins. A couple were killed when a tree fell on their tent. Their son suffered life-threatening injuries and died on August 9. 35 others were injured as well. See also, List of tornadoes and tornado outbreaks, List of F5 and EF5 tornadoes, List of North American tornadoes and tornado outbreaks, List of tornadoes striking downtown areas. Fujita scale, enhanced Fujita scale, references. External links.